Ajahn Sumedho, o primeiro monge budista do Ocidente a ter sido ordenado na Tradição Theravada da Floresta da Tailândia, visitou Portugal no passado mês de junho com o objetivo de transmitir o ensinamento do Buda. Nascido em Seattle, Washington, em 1934, licenciou-se em Estudos do Sul Asiático em 1963, sendo atualmente abade do Mosteiro Budista Amaravati, em Inglaterra.
I became interested in Buddhism when I was in the military during the Korean War in the 1950s. I was in Japan and became interested through Zen Buddhism. And then in the 1960s, I was living in Southeast Asia, in Malaysia, and I had visited Thailand, and that's where I developed the interest in the Theravada school of Buddhism. Well, Theravada is probably the oldest school of Buddhism still existing now. So it spread to Southeast Asia mainly, to Sri Lanka, and is one of the kind of major countries of Theravada. Then Burma and Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and those countries tend to be Theravadan Buddhists, and so it's more from the kind of what they call the Pali teachings, or the ancient tradition. It's an ancient Indian language related to Sanskrit, and the scriptures were never written down till several hundred years after the Buddha, but when they were written in this language, Pali language. So it's a very old school that never spread to China or Japan, but then the Sanskrit schools developed later, and they're called Mahayana Buddhism, and that's where Zen comes from. And they're the ones that moved into China, Mongolia, Tibet, Japan, and Korea. So that is, but the essence is the same, but the cultural additions would be different. I wanted to develop the meditation, life of meditation, and I saw that the best way to do that was to become a monk, and I had the freedom and the occasion to do so when I went to Thailand. And then there I met some very good monks and a very excellent teacher. So I wasn't intending to spend my whole life as a monk, but as the years went by, I decided this was what I wanted to do.
A opção da vida monástica, que transformou Robert Jackman em Ajahn Sumedho, foi tomada há já 40 anos. Hoje, o interesse pela meditação leva muitos ocidentais a terem um primeiro contacto com o budismo.
I've been living in England now for 30 years, and there I see so many of the people suffer from just thinking negatively, or feeling dissatisfied with their lives, and there's nothing you can particularly blame. You can't blame anything really that much for one's unhappiness, except that you begin to think that maybe there might be a better way there's some kind of spiritual need, some kind of unresolved spiritual longing that hasn't been fulfilled. And so many people are attracted to Buddhism because it has very practical methods, and it isn't a kind of religion that demands belief. It's much more hands-on and investigating.
Embora existam diversas correntes do budismo, em todas se pratica a meditação, já que esta é a base do próprio budismo. Os métodos podem variar, mas a essência e os objetivos são os mesmos: desenvolver a atenção plena e alargar os horizontes da mente.
Developing attention on that which is happening right now, such as your breathing, body breathing, or the sensations of sitting or standing, walking, lying down, the four kind of ordinary postures that you have, so that you're always bringing your attention to that which is happening now, rather than getting lost in some kind of fantasy life or imagined state. Because this is where, we find our liberation is always really opening the consciousness to the present, rather than trying to create states of mind with thoughts and images. So the whole point is what they call mindfulness, or being present here and now completely, so that one who is skillful at meditation is one who can be really fully present here and now, without any kind of deluding mental states.
Nos arredores de Londres, no Mosteiro Amaravati, aprende-se a prática da meditação em workshops e retiros. Não há televisão ou computadores, mas silêncio e recolhimento. E são muitos os que querem aprender a lidar com o stress intenso do dia-a-dia. Para o futuro, existe um projeto de estabelecer um mosteiro misto Theravada da Tradição da Floresta da Tailândia em Portugal, à semelhança do Amaravati em Inglaterra, onde são ordenados monjas e monges.
Not something to Buddhism in Portugal, not something to come in cause more division and difficulties to the society, but a kind of movement that will help in many ways to unite the society, to bring peace and understanding and goodness, help increase this within the society rather than cause more strife. At least this is what I hope for.